Pro Mixed is presented to you by Docomo Pacific, Better Together, and Pepsi. That's what I like.
Welcome back. This month we feature former Guam resident Chad Rivera for this month's Pepsi Pulse.
It's time for your Pepsi Pulse.
I was like, damn, I really want to go back home. Like, I just miss home. I miss being myself more. I just feel like I'm more in tune with who I am when I'm at home. And so my favorite superpower, I don't care what people say, but my favorite superpower is to waterbend. I know it's not a superpower, I guess, in other people's eyes, but I love the water. I love the ocean. And the song basically is about someone who is talking to someone else and trying to give guidance to someone else. But mainly I was writing that song for, I guess, in a sense, me talking to me, like, don't ever give up. I hope that your dreams come true. So like someday you will be smiling again. I know that right now it's not the best time for you and you're not back home and you're not surrounded by the ocean and family, but that's what the song is for. Is for me, it's for those two who are abroad and who maybe just don't feel that island hospitality that they do if they were to be back home or with family. But that's what waterbending is, because I remember when I was younger, I would pretend I was a waterbender at the beach and I would just splash water at my cousins, and that's what waterbending is to me. It's a song from my heart.
The 25-year-old is an active duty member in the Air Force, currently living in Belgium. He is not only a singer, songwriter, but also a makeup artist and a content creator.
I honestly, ever since I was younger, I was just a creative. I would watch makeup videos and YouTube videos. I was watching like Ryan Higa. So I was starting to get into like video editing and filming. And then with Michelle Phan, I was watching her do makeup. So I sat my cousins down and I was like, we're doing makeup. And then with music, I've started writing songs since I was like super, super young. And then I've always wanted to create music without having to spend like too much money. So again, I use YouTube to learn how to produce and whatnot. And that's honestly my happy place. I've just always been a creative.
He attributes his jump into music by Anna D and local inspiration, Tanya Manibusan.
She came out with a song, So in Love. And that one, when I heard that song, and I was like, who sings this? They're like, oh yeah, she's local. And I was like, what? Tanya Manibusan. She was the one of the first local artist that I know that was actually about to do some big things. I think she was about to tour with Sean Kingston, but then I'm not sure what the events took after that, but definitely those two started like making me think like, hey, if they can do it, then I definitely can do it.
He shared some of the bumps in the road while producing music.
For music, since I produce my own, some of the instrumentals I make, but the really good quality instrumentals I obviously purchase and whatnot. But if I have to make an instrumental on my own, and then I have to work on my voice and the vocals on my own, it's a lot of producing, it's a lot of listening, it's a lot of, you know, making sure everything's right and perfectly at the right spot. And it's a lot, but that's why one day, hopefully, I get to the point where I could just have my own studio and hire people to edit the vocals for me, do the producing for me. And with YouTube, it's more about me being consistent. I know that it's hard sometimes with a lot of different kind of content out there. It's really difficult sometimes when you have like a creative stop and you want to post more things and you want to post things that are unique and that are to you. And I noticed that the more I try to make and plan out the content, it doesn't really work out well. So I just post things that make me feel good and I know that are going to help other people.
Rivera offers these tips to those working on their first song.
Honestly, look, YouTube everything. And YouTube people who are credible. I know that there's so many different outlets for you to look at and so many different content creators that you can look at to try to help you out. But if you want me to be real, I was YouTubing many videos. You have to kind of go down a rabbit hole. Because if you don't want to spend the money to hire someone to do it for you, you gotta be able to do the work to find out and educate yourself on how to produce, on how to film, on how to edit, how to even, like, there's drawing tutorials. YouTube is like the master.
He shared these words of encouragement for those chasing their dreams.
Because I tell this to myself, I definitely think consistency is key, so don't ever give up. Like, no matter what, I don't care what you go through, because I don't care what kind of obstacles you face, you get back up. Like, always get back up, because I feel like everyone, no matter how hard they've been beaten down, they can get back up. And, you know, with supportive people around them, that's just a plus. But I think everyone has and will find the courage to get up, especially after they've been doubted, they've been bullied, they've been talked down upon. All that has happened to me. And I know that if you push through, you will make it. You definitely will. And I'm not giving up no matter what.
Rivera is currently working on a new single which he hopes to release soon. You can follow the local artist on Instagram at Chad M. Rivera.
And finally, we leave you with some of the most breathtaking views of Guam. And that's the wrap of this month's edition of Uno Mix. Guahusi Isaiah again. Thank you so much for watching and happy Thanksgiving.